Ever wonder what happens when an announcer in professional wrestling is sitting behind the desk for a long time, calling a pay-per-view for like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours? You ever wonder what they do when they gotta, take a leak or something like that? Well, if you hadn't heard it before, because JR likes to talk about it a lot, you got into good detail about it this week on Grilling JR. Check out this clip about just listen.
Well, let me.
Facts.
I know I'm asking a silly question here, but how many times do you think you've pissed your pants over the years where you just couldn't leave the desk and, hey, this is live TV, folks?
Here's the dirt, Conrad. I keep a scorecard.
I keep a logbook. There's an app. There's an app.
I have a JRP app. Well, I can tell you this. I don't count the number, but it's certainly been more than once.
Okay. It's just tremendous. What a story. What dedication you have to your craft, kind sir.
I'm not going to leave my post, as they say. And I don't know, that wear darks has kind of been a running joke for years. But, sometimes it's a double-edged sword. You drink coffee or hot tea for your pipes.
Yep.
And to keep lubricated and so forth. And then with all that consumption of liquids,
gotta go somewhere,
baby.
You either respect it or you're like, what the fuck? Because like he said in the podcast, Booker T got up and walked away and took a piss. Booker T ain't gonna piss himself there. He ain't doing that shit. But Jim Ross, man, he's fucking team announced team all the way through. You know what I'm saying? Dedicated to the fucking job. If he's supposed to be sitting there calling the matches, he's not getting up from that desk. He's gonna wear his black pants, and if he's gotta piss himself, he's gotta piss himself. That just is what it is. They pay me enough, I will piss myself if I have to. Makes you wonder, does everybody do that? Was that just a JR thing? I think he said someone told him that at some point. Taught him the ropes. What about Michael Cole? I could see Michael Cole pissing himself. He's a piss himself kind of guy. I don't see Corey Graves pissing himself. I don't see Beth Phoenix pissing herself. I certainly don't think Renee Young would have pissed herself when she was there doing commentary. I think it's a JR thing. I think it's a Michael Cole thing, probably. I could only assume. What would you do if you're sitting there in the announce table? It's your job to call this action. You have a job to do. You have to sit at a table and you have to call the moves, or you have to give background to the story being told. Okay? That's what you got to do. You got no time to piss. But when you're talking and you talk, you gotta stop to take a drink of something once in a while, because your mouth, you get all cotton choppy and stuff. You gotta quench that thirst. You gotta lubricate that throat. You gotta stay at the top of your vocal game for hours. So you gotta drink stuff. Can't just go out there all dehydrated and think you can skate by not pissing because you didn't drink or eat anything. What if you gotta take a shit? JR didn't address that. Does he shit himself? Imagine having to sit next to a guy if he shit himself. Imagine when there were fans sitting behind the announce table and they're sitting behind good old JR, cowboy hats blocking their view. They can't see shit. And all of a sudden they get a whiff of just, did JR shit his pants? Or at the very least, you get a little puddle that rolls down the floor towards you. You're sitting there in the first row, and all of a sudden there's a leak from the announce table. I think it's probably just their water bottle or Gatorade or some shit. But it's JR pissing all over your shoes. It's exactly what's going on here. I mean, I don't blame him. If you're gonna, you know what? I respect it. Wouldn't be my call. I would find a way to sneak out of there during a commercial or fucking trucker it into a bucket, or like a Trailer Park Boys, Ricky's dad's piss jug, the old dirty piss jug. Could trucker it. But pissing myself is not on my list of things that I'm going to be doing. Anyway, I'm considering, did he wear a man diaper, an adult diaper? And now it's too much to think about. Why am I, and then I start to consider my life. Why am I sitting here talking to a microphone about a 60-year-old man pissing and shitting himself in a diaper? This is my life. Welcome to professional wrestling.
Let me tell you something, brother. You can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on this channel, dude. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to take your vitamins and say your prayers, brother.